Fox News, they knew where Obama and Hillary were. We called them. We called scores, standing out there all day and night outside Bilderberg. We call the Washington Post. We call the Washington Times. We call the New York Times. We call local TV stations. One newspaper came out there, and that was the Epoch Times, and they wrote a story about it. And that's an international paper basically affiliated with the Falun Gong, an anti-communist publication. But there's an illustration of the power of the Bilderberg Group that the mainstream media, you've got the biggest story in the country. Obama and Hillary have disappeared for a day or more. No one knows where they are. We're calling the media, telling them Obama and Hillary are meeting secretly here. That's the biggest story ever. In the middle of a campaign, wondering who is going to get the presidential nomination for the Democratic presidential run, and you've got hundreds of protesters and dozens of alternative media outlets streaming it for days over YouTube. We were doing live streaming on Justin TV. We were doing live call-ins. The only other program that would talk about it was Coast to Coast AM had me on, 2 nights in a row to give reportage on it. So Coast to Coast AM, Epoch Times, and that's it. If you want to talk about big mainline media, that's it. So it's an illustration of the secret meetings behind closed doors, that the decision was made that Hillary would step down and get behind Obama and become Secretary of State, and that was announced a few days later. We were able to predict what was going to happen. We also had moles inside. And then you have this larger example of media control. So I don't believe Lindsay Williams. I know Lindsay Williams does talk to these men, and his information that he's gotten from them being relayed to us is what they told him. And Lindsay says that this is clearly the biggest information that he's ever been given, not from Ken Fromm, but it confirms what he said before he died in December. Lindsay laid all this out in October, but from the other guy about what's really happening in the Middle East. And wait till you hear this.
Most of us eat a blend of processed, man-made, and all-natural food. But the food you eat may not provide all the nutrition your body needs. We now know that liquid vitamin supplements are absorbed faster than pills. That's why you need Sea Energy from AffinitySeaEnergy.com. Sea vegetation is known to be the richest source of organic minerals, and that's what you'll find in all-natural, great-tasting Sea Energy. Sea Energy contains aloe vera, black cherry, cranberry, and pomegranate juices, plus ginseng, cat's claw, ginger, ginkgo biloba, and over 50 trace minerals needed for healthy metabolism, all from natural organic sea plant sources. Get a 10% discount by using promo code GCN at checkout when you order Sea Energy from AffinitySeaEnergy.com. Call 855-732-3637. That's 855-732-3637. Or go to AffinitySeaEnergy.com today.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Good day, Jim Newcomer from Midas Resources, February 22nd, 2011. Gold opened this morning at $14.0140. A 1-ounce gold coin can be purchased for $14.3759, $7.1879 for a half ounce, or $3.5940 for the quarter ounce. That's $14.3759, $7.1879, or $3.5940.
The Constitution and the Bill of Rights have been reduced to old relics politicians ignore, trample with their outlandish, overreaching policies. Your support of the Campaign for Liberty stands in the way of this insidious process. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I've teamed up with the Campaign for Liberty to offer the authentic proof quarter-ounce pure gold coin. For only $390 plus shipping, Midas will donate $100 to this incredible organization. Help fight big government by ordering your gold coin at 800-686-2237. You get to win twice by owning gold and fighting an overreaching government. Call 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Never buy home canning jar lids again. No kidding. When you buy Tadler reusable canning lids once, you'll never buy canning lids ever again. Safely store emergency preparedness foods for years. Traditional metal lids are single-use throwaways containing BPA. But Tadler reusable canning lids are guaranteed to last a lifetime when used as designed for home canning. Tadler lids are made with a USDA and FDA-approved food-grade plastic, safe for direct food contact, and contain no BPA. Tadler lids are dishwasher safe, usable with standard pressure or water bath canning, eliminate food spoilage from acid corrosion, fit standard mason jars, are indefinitely reusable, and are proudly made in the USA. Place orders at reusablecanninglids.com or call 1-877-747-2793. 877-747-2793. Call 877-747-2793 or go to reusablecanninglids.com. That's reusablecanninglids.com for Tadler reusable canning lids, the original since 1976.
Break down oil going up more than 9% in just the last 5 hours since it started trading in New York. We are going to get into the latest developments in North Africa and the Middle East and also in the Mediterranean with Morocco in turmoil. That is all coming up. I stayed up here at the office till late last night and had about a 45-minute discussion with Lindsay Williams, and he told me what he's going to talk about on the air. And he basically is going to break it down from the beginnings of meeting these men and being the liaison. A lot of big corporations do this between three major oil companies and the oil field workers. He was basically their legate. In the old Roman days, the emperor couldn't be everywhere. And so he would have two or three trusted, what they called legates, or people that could serve as their spokesman. And so that's why he was allowed into all these meetings and was allowed to see all these secrets, and wrote The Energy Non-Crisis. It's out of print in 1980. And again, Ken Fromm got fired over that because he quoted him in it. Then Fromm got mad and actually gave public speeches in 1982. Williams will go over all this. There's actual videos of all this out there. That's why I said this is always hidden in plain view. There's videos, and Williams is trying to dig them up and send them to us. But I went and looked it up. There's records of these meetings where they actually gave public speeches on all this, on the fact that there was more oil in Alaska than in all of Saudi Arabia, and that we weren't allowed to have even 1/10 of it. But then he walked through everything that these men, Ken Fromm up into December when he sadly passed, and the other gentleman even more high-powered, that, again, is in public view. It's in Lindsay's book, but you got to figure it out for yourself, because the guy says this under anonymity, so we're not going to break that here. But Lindsay said it was always, again, the key word term here is hidden in plain view. And I remember interviewing Williams 13, 14 years ago when he was laying out the Energy Non-Crisis